It figures to be a wet one, but we'll have baseball for you on MLB Network nonetheless. Tonight, the first of this quick two-game series between the New York Yankees and the New York Mets. The Mets look for their 7th straight victory next. Jacob deGrom, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Jacob deGrom is just a solid pitcher. He's not overpowering in any sense with any of his 3 pitches. Good sinking fastball, 93 to 96, great slider, and a really good changeup. What makes him so good? He'll throw all 3 of his pitches at any time.
Fellas, these Mets, as they enter play here tonight, they've run their win streak up to 6 in a row now, and they're really playing some inspired baseball.
Yeah, Matty, this is one of those special moments throughout the course of the season where everyone kind of looks around the clubhouse and takes stock. 6 in a row, you have a chance to rattle off a 7th. You start saying, hey, maybe something special is going to happen this summer.
1-0 the count. Pitch on the way. A ball in a strike. It's cats and dogs. Insert metaphor here, and the forecast is not showing any signs of relief.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
Here comes the first pitch. And he runs that one high and tight for ball 1.
Well, even though these two teams are in different leagues, they do play each other every year because of the crosstown rivalry, and it's always pretty fun.
Yeah, and for the players, Matt, they love it. Not only is there more on the line than usual, like bragging rights, but they're not having to stay at hotels and all of that. It's just like a normal home game where they're driving to a different ballpark.
Now here it comes. High in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Yanked on the ground down the line. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. And he fouls this one off. Here's another 2-2. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And that's dead center for strike 1. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, guys, they've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty, this team finds itself with a huge lead, double digits right now, and climbing, playing. Oh, you don't want to have that big. I look at it the other way, man. You've earned the right to kind of get some guys off their feet if the manager wants to. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. This team's focused and playing really good baseball. I would not worry about it. Keep pushing the throttle.
And it's fouled away. 2 pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Gardner is there, and he has it for the first out. So here's Brandon Nimmo. Previous history with Luis Severino. He's gone 3 for 8. This is hit the other way out toward left field. On the move is Stanton. He can't get to it. This one's down. And now he throws on the brakes, but he can't get back to first, and he's nailed for the second out. Big mistake there. Into the box, Michael Conforto. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He'll start this one at 274. 34 home runs and 58 runs batted in. In tight, awfully tight. 2-0 now. Two balls and a strike.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. As we begin the second in New York, here's Heidi Watney with an update on the weather conditions.
Well, Matt, these conditions aren't really ideal for baseball right now, but I am hearing that they're expected to improve as the game progresses. The grounds crew told me between innings that the field's in good shape. They're going to continue to work on keeping it dry, but we should be in for more favorable weather later in the game.
Heidi, thanks. And Dero, I'll send this one to you. As an infielder, these are games that can really challenge a player.
At times, you have to stay focused, though. For me, a little dampness, a little rain, a little weather coming through might actually do the infield dirt a little good. Some guys like to keep it bone dry. I like it a little wet. Ball stays down.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball one. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Aaron Judge.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Here it comes. And a wave and a miss on a ball that was way out of the strike zone. There are 2 away now.
I think he had his mind made up. He was swinging the bat and trying to protect before the ball even left the pitcher's hand. That pitch wasn't even close. He would have needed a flagpole to hit that one.
To the plate now, Luke Voigt. As he'll take a look at ball one. And he's carrying a batting average of just over 300. So clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. Popped him up. Sano has a play. And the inning is over. So the up next, the power bat of Pete Alonso. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
A ball and a strike to the Mets first baseman.
1 and 1.
Had him off stride that time, and it's 1 and 2.
Ew, was that ugly? You could probably throw anything out there to this guy. He'd swing at the rosin bag if you throw it up there.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Fouled away. The 2-2 one more time.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4. So the big bat of Miguel Sano digs in next, and he's looking to turn things around. Ice cold at the plate in recent action. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. Severino has both great strikeout stuff and exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone. And when you do with great stuff like this guy has, he racks up the strikeouts. There aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
Return throw not in time, and that turned into a closer play than I thought it would at first sight. So striding in, Mark Hanna. He carries the 8th best batting average in the National League entering play.
What a terrific season this guy's having. Up near the leaders in batting average. Without a doubt, the highest average and the best hitter on the
swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. And now a slider in there for a called 3rd strike, and there are 2 gone now. And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ahmed Rosario. And he's hoping to get things going at the plate. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games. Down and in here, 1 ball, no strikes. Sano leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. The 2-0 is in there for strike 1.
Hey, you get 2-0, your eyes light up, but you're sitting in one spot, and he obviously didn't get it right there. But he still finds himself in a 2-1 count, ready to do some damage.
Fouled off.
He was absolutely all over that fastball. Have to find a way to keep that fair.
Here now the 2-2. Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. From the belt, kicks and deals. Down the left field line and deep. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball. And another foul ball. The next 3-2. And here's a slider that misses below the knees. It's ball 4.
Batting it, the catcher, Wilson.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Ball 1.
34 pitches for him through an inning and 2/3 right now. That's not terrible, but it's a lot higher than he'd like.
2 balls and no strikes to Ramos.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Taken, but that catches the inside part of the plate. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Heading after it is Judge. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. A couple of walks, but no damage. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. At the plate, Gary Sanchez. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
0-1, here's the pitch.
Outside, that's ball.
And a good bite to that slider as he's
to this lineup right now, but that's what happens when you don't get a chance to see a pitcher very often. That's one of the things that are helpful when you're pitching in interleague games. It's always a good advantage for the pitcher because the hitters don't get to see that guy very often.
hit softly on the ground to first. He's right there, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Luis Severino. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. offered it a low one there, but came up empty.
Down 0-2 to a guy with this much weaponry, 5 pitches he can go to, not looking good.
He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end.
1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. Home half of the third coming up. No score. So here's the Mets pitcher, Jacob deGrom. He'll get to take his first cuts here. And he takes ball 1. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. There's a breaking ball that he didn't quite get on top of.
Ball
3-1 now as that misses down and in. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike. And he misses with it. Ball 4. And a terrible start to the inning as he's walked the pitcher leading things off. So it's back to the top of the order now. And that'll bring in Jeff McNeil. Here's the first pitch to him. And that's in there for strike 1. One and one to the Mets leadoff hitter. Started to go around there. Looked like he held up in time. No. Strike 2, says the third base umpire. And he lays off the fastball away, so it's 2-2 now. And he got him.
Well, that's just a quality pitch right there. The location was excellent because if it's put in play, there's a good chance it's on the ground for a double play. And, hey, a strikeout always works, too.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Looking at his career totals, Nimmo is exactly a .260 hitter. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Fastball well outside. And he fouls this one off. Hard hit ball to second. LeMahieu for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out. Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu, back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
In the air now out to left field.
Waiting on it is Nimmo.
And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the second baseman.
And that'll bring up Torres. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. 2 out, nobody on. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Here's a high pop-up. Sano is there for it. And that's the 3rd out. So the Yankees. Next for the Mets, Michael Conforto. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these 2 teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
A ball and a strike. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love it. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
And it's fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Hey, I know the idea is to try to get the guy to swing on a 2-2 pitch, right? But that one was so low, I don't know anybody that would have swung at that pitch.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th. So here's Pete Alonso, runner at first to start the inning. And Dan, when it comes to pitching in the rain, what changes?
I think the most difficult part, Matt, is the ball gets slippery. It's hard to keep your hands dry, and if you don't have a good feel in that grip, it's hard to control where you're going to throw the ball.
Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. The 1-1.
Count is 1-2.
High in the air out to center field. And Gardner there to put it away for the 1st out. Here's Miguel Sano. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. From the stretch. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him, and watching this at-bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you can tell these things and exploit them.
Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
Ooh-wee! That was some smoke right there. High fire right on by.
Fouled away. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. Line drive to center field. And that'll get down for a base hit.
The batter, number 1, shortstop, Rosario.
Standing in now, Ahmed Rosario. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. And this one's too far inside, ball 2. Two balls and a strike to Ahmed Rosario.
I kind of like the aggressive attitude right here. I know he's in a jam. What does he do? He goes to his best stuff, and that's the fastball.
Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Gardner is there. He's got it, and that'll get him out of the jam. Welcome back to Flushing, Queens. Before we get back to baseball, let's check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Yankees manager Aaron Boone during the break about the team's offensive performance so far, and he told me, overall, he's not happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They haven't had a single guy on base yet, so it's starting to feel a little desperate down here. But he said they've unfortunately just been faced with some really great pitching today. The key going forward is to find any way they can to get him out of his rhythm on the mound. Now, that may be a tall task, but they feel the little adjustments could lead to things turning around for them.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Now a swing and a miss, and Stanton is down on strikes for out number 1. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know,
and he drops it.
Boy, Dero, the game of baseball has changed. There's so much velocity in the game. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he smoked the other way.
Yeah, you have to keep your front shoulder tucked right there. You have to honor. When a guy's throwing that hard, 96 miles an hour, you have to honor that fastball and try and work it the other way to keep you on the off speed.
Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Real ugly 0-1 swing there. As a pitcher, you've got to be hunting for the strikeout, knowing you have this guy way off balance.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
That was a pretty good fastball after he walked the hitter previous. There was a little angry on that heater.
Hit hard on the ground to second, and that's through for a base hit. And a good throw is going to hold that runner at third, so they're loaded now with only 1 away. So here's the veteran Brett Gardner as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
Everyone in the ballpark knows what the pitcher's intentions are in this situation. Great job at the plate to lay off a tough pitch in a good spot.
Digging in now for the Yankees, Luis Severino looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with the Mets manager to discuss his thoughts on his club's offense so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He cited the 4 walks they've earned already as evidence that his guys are waiting for the right pitch and that they're willing to let the opposition work themselves into trouble. So far, that's paying off.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Now a fastball off the plate away. A ball and a strike. Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there. Going right after one of the better hitters on this team. Not afraid to execute.
Still 1-2. Here's the pitch. Drilled to the right side. And that is through into right field for a single.
Dan, how hard is it to massage your way through such a deep lineup? I mean, even the 8, 9-hole hitters are solid big league players.
You know, Mark, these days you're not seeing a lot of defensive specialists in the infield or outfield. If you're in that starting lineup these days, there's a pretty good job you can swing the bat.
Stepping in now, Jacob deGrom, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. He drew a base on balls his first time up. This is lifted out to left. Stanton has a read on it. Makes the play, 1 away. So here's Jeff McNeil. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Now he'll step out at the plate and reassess things here. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Lined into right, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
He wasn't letting that one go. Jumped on the first pitch right there and drove it into the outfield for a base hit.
And here's the former first-round draft choice, Brandon Nimmo. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. This is on the ground over to first. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. Only play will be to the pitcher covering, and the runners are able to move up. Ready for another chance? Michael Conforto. It was a walk in his last trip. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. A swing by Conforto, and this is driven to deep right. And it's gone. Three-run home run down the line in right. Number 35 now on the season. And the Mets have taken a 3-0 lead.
See, I just don't understand that. He had an open base and could have pitched around him, but they challenged him and lost big time. That is one costly decision.
In now, Pete Alonso. Swinging a ball pulled foul into the lower level and left. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. In under the hands with a fastball. It's 1-2.
This right-handed pitcher, his bread and butter is that two-seamer, and he loves to throw it inside.
The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2.
Now for 4 innings, he was great, but here in the 5th, he looks like a completely different guy out there. That happens a lot.
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. But the Mets strike for 3, all coming courtesy of. And that sends DJ LeMahieu into the box. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. The pitch. Grounded to the right. Throw won't get him.
Now back.
And that'll bring up Miguel Andujar. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Well, obviously somebody was hooting with the Owls last night. This entire roster, they've showed up for the first game of this road trip and are getting absolutely boat raced.
The 1-2. Hit hard to the right side. Foul. And he popped him up. Back into foul territory behind first. But this will land untouched. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. There's 1. On to first, and they get them both.
Now back.
So base is empty now after the double play. And that'll bring in the second baseman, Torres. Fastball in there for a called strike. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
I mean, you look in the dugout right now, you see steam coming out of the hitting coach's ears. Somebody has to stay back and find a way to get knocked.
Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Down in Chase Anderson enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 22. Chase.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. Hits this one hard the other way. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
Now back.
1 away now for the Mets in the 6th, and striding into bat next, it will be Mark Canha. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begin throwing. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
That's a great job of holding up right there. You have 2 strikes on you. You're trying to protect the plate. It's difficult to not get super aggressive at the plate.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. To third. Andujar fields it cleanly. And there's out number 2.
The batter, number 1.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ahmed Rosario. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Yeah, he made up his mind early to take the first pitch because that thing was right down the middle.
Oh, can't spot the cutter any better than that. 0-2 now.
Your idea of working the count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Gotta find a way to grind.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Ready with another 0-2. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
Still 2-2. Now the pitch. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Oh, and he lets him off the hook there as this isn't even close for ball 4.
The catcher, number 40.
Striding in once again, Wilson Ramos. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Ran the circle change in on him, a ball and no strikes. Swung on, and this ball is hammered. Forget about it. Gone! So a two-run shot to left center, number 11 for him on the season, and the Mets have got it up to a 5-0 game now.
Well, the lesson here, folks, is you simply cannot give up 2-out walks because they always come back to bite you in the side. That turns what was going to be a real quick inning into one you want to forget real quick.
Gardner is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the Mets do strike for 2, both coming. Giancarlo Stanton now. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Hey, there's an old saying in baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
Behind 0-2 now. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Stanton on his way up to second. And he will coast into second with a leadoff double.
When you're struggling as a team to put the ball in play, every base hit is welcome, but a double will really help wake everyone up. That's just their 3rd hit of the game, but it's a good one.
0-1 count and the pitch.
1-1.
A swing and a ground ball to third, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And this is swung on and missed, and boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away.
Now batting.
So striding forward now, Luke Voigt. It was a walk in his last trip. No balls and a strike to count. Now the 0-1. 1 out and a runner on second base. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Right fielder giving chase. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out. Now in the box, Gary Sanchez. In there, and it's 0-1.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
1-2 to the Yankees catcher. And a slider bounces, and that gets away. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. The 2-2. Ground ball left side. And there's a base hit as that gets through into left. Notch 1 in the score column as the runner from third crosses the plate.
Yeah, and they say better late than never, and that's definitely the case here. They couldn't get anything going through the first 6 frames, but they scratch a run across here in the 7th. We'll see if they can parlay that first run into something more.
And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. Jeff McNeil will be the next to take a turn. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Swing and a ball yanked down the right field line. Judge is over to his left as he snags this one for the first out of the inning. At the plate, Brandon Nimmo. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. So a rather weak start to the at-bat as he misses badly there. It's 0-1.
Man, that pitch had the look of a fastball. Straight changeup, and the bottom fell out of it.
Fouled off. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
So the intent of that 0-2 cutter right there isn't necessarily to get a swinging strike. If you get it, well, hey, that's great. But if you get it inside enough and he does make contact, he probably can't do anything with it anyway.
Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. Now a half swing, but it's strike 3 anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number 2. Michael Conforto will stand in as he's accounted for one of the biggest at-bats of the game so far. A 3-run shot back in the 5th that's really energized his ball club. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold, 0-2. 7th inning here in a 5-1 ball game. And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. Down in Gio Urshela is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th.
Number 29.
Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. And they go away here. It's a cold strike, 0-2.
Good breaking ball right there. Good hard slider. The count now 0-2. He's getting deep into the outing, but his slider is still staying sharp. He doesn't look at all like he's starting to tire. He looks as good now as he did early on in the game.
So he couldn't get the bat off the shoulders that time. Gio Urshela becomes the first out of the inning. No balls and 1 strike. 5-1 our score as we play the 8th. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control, 0-2.
Hey, he's been on point from the start of this game. Just pounding the zone with a high 90s fastball. It almost looks like he's gotten stronger as the game's gone on.
Skied in the air to straightaway left.
Waiting on it is Nimmo.
2 down.
The batter.
Here's Miguel Andujar now. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Hit hard on the ground to third. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nothing across. Jonathan Holder is on his way into the ballgame now as he'll be making his 50th appearance of the year. And that changeup makes him jump, a swing and a miss. Rolled slowly down the third baseline. And there's 1 away.
Now batting.
Standing in, Miguel Sano. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
Hey, not too often we see this hitter come outside his game plan, outside the zone, but that pitch was just so tempting.
Lifted in the air out to center field. Gardner is in his tracks now, and there's the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting.
So 2 are gone in the Mets half of the 8th, and striding into bat next it'll be Mark Canha down the first baseline. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Step out of the box and wash that one off, because that was an ugly swing.
Lays off 2-2 now.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there, just out of the strike zone. But listen, when you're a 300 hitter, you don't chase a lot of those so-called pitchers' pitches. This guy knows the strike zone.
And a full count for Canha now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 3-2 pitch. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Gardner is there. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Mets go down. All set to start the 9th in this one. At the plate, Torres. And he's 0 for in this one, batting out of the 3 spot. Rosario brings it in. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. Striding forward now, the Yankee cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Stanton, is working on a 1 for 3 thus far. A high fastball is in there.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
Sliced hard on the ground. And Stanton's aboard. It's a base hit.
That's a nice piece of hitting right there, Dan. He went heater up in the zone and then tried to drop the off speed, but he was on it.
Boy, Mark, that's the oldest trick in the book, right? You use one pitch to set up the other.
On to first, and he rolls the double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need a guy to go out there and battle. It doesn't have to be pretty all the time, but just good enough to get the job done. Well, this guy, he was a heck of a lot better than that, going the entire 9 innings, saving his bullpen, and getting the win.
Tonight's game comes to an end, 5-1 the final score. The New York Mets used a nice 5th inning to take the lead, and they never gave it back. Jacob deGrom earns his 12th victory in the ball game, turning in a very strong complete game effort. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.